Hi guys, my name is Mila. If you're new here, this is mylatriesit, where I usually try a lot of perfumes and stuff, but today I wanted to do my makeup. I know this isn't what I usually do, but I had to get ready to film perfume videos anyway, so I figured why not just film myself getting ready. So if you guys want to see this look and how I created it, then keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, I already did my hair off camera and I put these little clips in so my hair wouldn't be in my face. So even though I discovered this later on in the year, I haven't been able to put my makeup on without putting this on first. It is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm Serum. Looks like this. This is the one for hydration. I know they also have the other one that's blurring and it's also mattifying, but I don't really need that. It also comes with this little spatula. So what I do is I just grab a little bit, maybe that much, just warm it up between my fingers and apply it onto my skin. And it is really, really thin. I was a little nervous at first, even though I have dry skin. I thought maybe this was going to be too moisturizing, but it's not. It's like a really, really thin veil of moisture. And then I go in with this Yummy Skin Glow Serum, Priming Face Serum. This is in the color Juice Boost. I thought this was going to be a lot more moisturizing than it is. I kind of like applying it on top of this because on its own, I don't feel like it's very hydrating, but I do like the glow it gives. This has mostly replaced my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. This looked really full, but it's actually kind of empty. And I like having a lighter feel on my skin. So this one kind of just gives me a little bit of radiance without being overwhelming. It's very, very thin. So foundation of the year is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. I'm sure everyone already knows about this. I'm in the shade 3.8. This is what I wore on my wedding day. You really can't go wrong with that foundation. However, I know it's been reformulated and I haven't tried the new reformulation, so I can't speak on it. I just also got this Nikki LaRose BK Beauty in the N17 where it has like the cream and the powder side. So I'm gonna try this out for the first time. I'm not saying this is my favorite foundation brush of the year or anything like that, but I was just curious to try it. And I do like a really thin layer of foundation, and I mostly just cover the spots that I feel need the most coverage, which is in the center. And so far, I'm really liking this foundation brush. It's just very nice. I think this is going to be really nice for creams especially. And next for the concealer, it's Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Concealer. This is in the shade N2. And what I do is I just kind of layer it on and let it sit for a little bit. All right, and while I let that sit, I'm gonna move on to my favorite contour stick. It is the Fenty Beauty Match Stix in the color Amber. That's all I have left of it, so until I really, really like it. Actually, don't go into the hollows of my cheekbone. I just go slightly above it. A little bit on the side of my nose. I don't go crazy with nose contour. And then I'll just do a soft jaw. Carve it out. A little bit under my lips. This is the brush I use for concealer. I just got it off of Amazon, but I really, really like it. That's that for a bit. I'm just gonna blend out my concealer. And I don't use eyeshadow primer, so whatever's left on my brush, I kind of just sweep over my eyelids. And then for my contour, I just kind of almost pat in that line, but blending up. Just make sure everything's blended out. This one I've forgotten to blend out many a time. I didn't realize till everything was already set and I was like, ooh, that looks rough. All right, moving on next, I have the Makeup by Mario Light Medium Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This one I'm absolutely obsessed with. They're in light medium. As you can tell, it is looking a little rough. So I kind of just dip that same brush. Mine's a Real Techniques buffing brush. Kind of just dip it in here. I blend it and just tap in wherever I want a little bit of glow. And then my all-time favorite cream bronzer is also the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the color Barely Blushing. I absolutely love this. I have Hit Pan as well. Not as much as the Skin Enhancer, but I've had the Skin Enhancer longer than I have this one. And I'll go in with the same brush, honestly. Same thing, tap it on the top. I try to tap it on a different part of my hand so I don't completely drench it. Little flush of color. All right, next we are doing powder. I'm not biased or anything. I just really like his products. Not all of them are a hit for me. This is in the color Neutral Light, shade 2. This is a little more powder puff. And I like using this triangle part because it's really nice to get into the crevices right here under your eye. It's so blurring and in person it just looks so nice. This is my tried and true, especially under the eye. Like I have the House Labs powder, translucent powder. And I really like that one, but mostly for the face. I don't like using it under my eyes. I feel like it's a little too mattifying for my taste. And then I only pat it in where I really want to set my makeup, like my lines. After a while, my makeup does settle in that area. I'm just gonna grab this Real Techniques RT 201 brush, usually what I use to set my face, small amount, and just swirl it in the cap. I accidentally dropped my Makeup by Mario setting powder, and it made a huge mess. Powder went everywhere. I was really upset about that. I probably lost like a third of the product. Place is set, and now I'm gonna move on to bronzer. My favorite bronzer this year. This is relatively new to my collection too, but the second I used it, I fell in love with it. It's the RMS Beauty Beachwalk Betty Hydra Powder on this big fluffy brush, and then I'll just like a healthy glow. And I go back and forth between really liking matte and really liking glow, but right now I really like glow and I've liked it more than I ever have before. So I'm on that glow train right now. I think it's really important to also look at your undertones. I don't know if you can see that here. This one's the most neutral undertone out of all of them. And I feel like my complexion is pretty neutral. The other ones were just too warm on my skin. This one was the best tone for a bronzer. I forgot to put on my contour, but the one I've been loving is the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpt. This shade is S430 Marvelous Peanuts. That's what it looks like. Pretty cool tone contour. Little Smashbox contour brush. I really like this. It came in a kit, and I'm very light-handed with this. I just go in, and again, not in the hollows of my cheekbone, but like just slightly above it. I'll just tap it in there because I feel like if you go in the hollows, like the other half of the brush does get a little too far down. If you go too far down, your face starts looking like it's sagging a little bit. So it's the opposite effect of what you want. And I will brighten just this little bit here with some powder. Just with the little tip of this brush, I'm gonna go in. Not very precise with my nose. I just add a few little shadows where I think it needs it to accentuate the nose shape I already have. All right, and I actually have two that I've been loving this year. This is the MAC Glow Play Ginger Look. I also have True Harmony, and I have Pinch of Marrakesh, I believe. I really like the formula of this, but this is the newest one that I've been loving as well. It's the RMS Beauty Maiden's Blush. I also have Hinky Panky, which is this like nice cool tone purple, but I'm just gonna use both of them because I've been into blush lately and I kind of want to show on camera how much I love this. With these Go Play blushes, you do need something a little denser, so I don't know if this is gonna show up exactly how I want it to. Oh, but it's picking up. I can definitely see a difference. Yeah, it's definitely picking up. This is the one that like if you push down, it kind of has that like bounce to it. A little bit down the nose. It's also winter here, it's snowing right now. These are just the refills. I'm gonna go in with the RMS. This one's the Maiden's Blush. Lightly go over it. I just love the finish this gives. I'm gonna do a very small amount of this right underneath. Just clean it up a little. Yeah, but has anyone else been on the Whatnot app? I feel like I've been like addicted to it lately. It's so crazy. I have a lot of highliners, but this is my absolute favorite. It is the Clinique. I don't hear people talking about this a lot. I was at Ulta, one of the people helped me out and she was like, people don't talk about this one, but this one's amazing. It's just the right amount of glow where it's not extremely glam, but it still looks really nice in person. So I'm just gonna tap that on. Like, can you see that glow? Ooh, like in comparison, like I know I have a lot of glow from the blush and stuff, but look at that glow. I'm obsessed with this one. It's so pretty. It's a perfect nude glow, if that makes any sense. I know it has a lot of gold in here, but it's not a gold where it's extremely yellow base when you turn your head or if you look straight on, it doesn't have a cast. So that's why I really like it. And it doesn't also have like a super silver cast either. It's kind of like right in the middle. I'm just gonna swatch that right here in comparison. Let's see, right here is the highlighter. Can't be bothered with changing out so so many brushes, but with that same brush, I use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. Probably the least essential. It's a finishing powder. I just kind of get a really big fluffy brush and I go over the center of my face, down the middle, especially like right in this area here, and blend everything together. It's almost this spray in powder form. It kind of just marries everything together. Speaking of that spray, this is the D'Alba first spray. I really love this stuff. So after you're done with all your powders, I'll go in and I will give this a spray. So this is not a setting spray, it's more of a fixing spray. So it just blends everything together instead of setting. All right, this is for me the best eyeshadow palette of 2025, the Danessa Myricks Beauty Lightworks Volume 7 Freedom Palette. This is absolutely amazing. Danessa Myricks honestly can do no wrong. So this is what the palette looks like. The shades are breathtaking. You kind of have like the blues and very neutrals, cool tone, not even neutrals, I'd say blues and cool tones, and then you have like the purples and neutrals, and then you almost have the greens and warms. And the thing that's super cool about this palette is it's all magnetic, and I can stack these like so if I want to take it with me. And then I can even take this mirror and stack it on top. It comes with a black bag as well that you can put this in. I don't know where it is right now. So innovative. This is like the first year I've really discovered a lot of Danessa Myricks products, and I am loving her stuff. But I'm gonna play around with this palette a little bit. I'm also gonna throw in some eyeshadow sticks because eyeshadow sticks have had a huge moment for me this year. It's kind of like my eyeshadow sticks case. I will highlight the Half Magic has been a favorite. Like this one is Champagne Snowflake, for example. Champagne Snowflake. Swatch these right there. Like it's just absolutely gorgeous. So these and the Danessa Myricks Color Fix sticks. I talked about this in a previous video I had. I know I do a lot of perfumes mostly, but I talked about it in one of the perfume videos that I highlighted. This is what I used. So these two for me have been absolutely insane, along with the Danessa Myricks Color Fix, these liquids, because look, I don't see people talking about these, but look how insane this is. This is in the shade Milky Way, but okay, so I put that little dot there, but look at that glitter. It is so pretty. I also have this other purple one. Maybe I'll do an eye look with this today because I love this. This like purple one here, right here. This is in the shade Lilac Flame, and it is gorgeous. It started with the Bobbi Brown's eyeshadow sticks. I feel like eyeshadow sticks have just been having a year, but these are what started it all for me. I wore this on my wedding day, golden bronze. It's absolutely gorgeous, and that's kind of what got me into the eyeshadow sticks. Yeah, so those have to be my favorites of this year, along with this MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid. This one's gorgeous too. It is in Crumbled Diamonds, and watch this. Look at that. Look at that shift. I don't know if this is picking up on camera, but it is so pretty. But let's do a look with maybe all of these above. I don't know if it's gonna look a little crazy, but let's just see what happens. We'll start with a nice transition shade. I'm just gonna pick up this neutral with a huge fluffy brush. Fluffy blending brush, just in the crease mostly. The thing I really like about YouTube is it kind of gives you a reason to want to be creative with makeup. I know I don't really do makeup content. I just wanted to do this video because I had to get ready to film to do a perfume video anyway. So, you guys, real quick, I just have to highlight this one as well. This has had a moment for me this year. This is the Juvia's Place Culture Duochrome Liquid Eyeshadow shade Fula, F-U-L-A. So we have the MAC one here, but look at this one. It has an insane blue to purple shift. I don't know if you could see that. So pretty. I'm going to take this cool shade here and kind of do the same thing I did, but a little lower, more on the eyelid, like the upper eyelid area, not deep in the crease, but just kind of below it, right below it. And let's just bring that down to the lid while we're at it. I really like the shade a lot because I think it's the perfect neutral for my skin tone. All right, perfect. That's what I was going for. Just pop this really pretty color here. So pretty. Let's just, for funsies, put that more on the outer part because I want to do something fun on the inner part. Just sprinkle that on. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. Like so pigmented. It's like this one's like a foil. And I bring it a little bit into my crease because I like when my eyes are open, you can still see that glitter. Let's do this Milky Way for fun. Put on some of this Milky Way. See what happens. I like using my fingers for a lot of these like cream products. Woo. Well, look at that. That is crazy. I do want to bring that into my inner corner. And these ones you can actually use on your eyes, face, and lips. So I'm liking the glitter. Like, you can't go wrong with that glitter. Look how crazy that looks. Foil. I'm gonna get this Real Techniques detailer brush. I know mine's a little crooked, but still works just as good. Dip into that Lilac Flame one I just showed a little earlier. And I'm gonna go under my eye, right here. I just love a good glitter. That's just so fun. And then I'm just gonna go in with that same neutral. Just get a little bit of it on the outer part of my eye. Just like to smoke out this side here. I'm just gonna bring that color out a little bit. And then for fun, I'm just gonna show this on my eye. This is the Beige Mystique Half Magic. I'm gonna do this inner corner. Kind of brighten it up even more. Brighten it up even more. I'm gonna take this blue shift. Why not? Let's do this blue shift like inner corner right here, just for fun. Let's bring that up. That doesn't scream fun. I don't know what does. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes. I like to curl my lashes before I do eyeliner because I feel like curling my eyelashes afterwards kind of removes some of the eyeliner. I don't have the best eyelashes to begin with. And I got distracted and totally forgot to do my eyebrows. I don't do anything crazy. I just do I like this MAC Pro Lock brow gel. It's just clear. The thing that I really love about this is the brush. The brush is super nice. So I'm just going to comb through. All right, and my favorite eyeliner, I know this is the mini, I have the big ones, but I got this in a kit and I just decided to use it up. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Intense Black. This is my absolute favorite eyeliner. I just love how sharp this felt tip is on here, and it just doesn't budge when you're using it. It's so good. But I always start off with the outer parts of my eye, so I draw to elongate that under eye. That's kind of why I smoked out the bottom and brought it out, so it kind of gives me a guide. And I just love how thin the tip of this is. And then I just bring it in. And I don't bring it all the way in, I just like having an eyeliner on the outer part of my eye. That kind of just fills in that gap on the end. I went a little too far in. I usually don't go that far in, that was my mistake. All right, and since I messed up and I kind of brought it in too far, let's just connect it or whatever. All right, and then actually before I put on my mascara, I like doing my setting spray. I do 2 coats of it. Then I can go in and do my mascara. Right now, I'm not going to claim this is my favorite. This is the Grand Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with Castor Oil. I do like this one. My favorite is Benefit They're Real. That's my absolute favorite. But I got this during the Ulta like Black Friday mascara event. So I was just using it, and this is the one I have open. So I'm not going to open another mascara since I'm using this one. I would repurchase this again in a heartbeat. Towards the end here, my favorite lip balm of the year was the Edam, the Shoo Shoo Lip Softening Balm in the shade Boba Butter. I also love the clear one. I have both. This is a nice like berry color. But my favorite lip liner of all time is the Edward Bess Defining Lip Liner in Natural. I'll just swatch a bit right here. That's just my absolute favorite. But this year I discovered the Sephora. I've been trying to find a dupe for this for the longest time. But I found the Sephora 8-Hour Colorful Transfer Proof Lip Liner in the color Soft Suede number 2. And side by side, they are like almost identical. I'm going to do one side with the Edward Bess. Here's the lip liner. This is the Edward Bess in Natural. I've been using this for like over a decade. Not this exact one, but this is just my favorite lip liner. Color. It's just complements my skin tone, I think, really, really well. And so I'm going to show you in comparison the Sephora one. I just fill in the outer corner, not the inner edges right here. So that's been my new favorite find. My favorite lipstick this year was MAC's Signature Move. Lips are a little chapped. This is the Luster Glass lipstick, so it's more of like a glossy lipstick. But my favorite lip gloss is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler in the shade Posh. I love this. I've gotten a lot of compliments on this one. And so I'm just gonna put it on so you can see it. But it's not surprising, it's my favorite. It kind of fits in with the colors. I actually had a lot of fun filming this, and I'm gonna film a few perfume videos after this anyway, so just figured why not give it a try. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.